What's happening, fellas? Crazy Brit here, and we're back with some more MRC action. We're back with the Infinity Boys for Season 14. This is the final round of their Infinity GT Manufacture Series, live from Tokyo East counterclockwise. So, final race then, there's going to be 40 minutes. They line up on the grid as they finished the sprint race. So you have Dimpy in first and Esrom in second. So we're going to get underway, and it looks like we are on intermediate tyres, so we do have rain at the start of the race. So, get the lights going away. Lights out, away we go then. So, intermediates, but starting on the dry track surface, obviously in the tunnel. Wait till we get out of the tunnel and really get blasted by rain. Dimpy gets away very cleanly there. Brucey there in second, gets that jump of the Porsche, followed by Cole in third. As we now thundered down to the hairpin, this could be tricky as Cole's there in the inside. Do we get the braking right for the first time? We do. Everyone gets away through the hairpin cleanly. Lovely stuff from the guys there. But Brucey up into first. Let's have a little look at that. Let's just go back there. And we're right on board with him as he goes through the hairpin. So he's behind his teammate. Gets it sent into the hairpin there. Gets it stopped. Bruce is there. Dimpy's there on the inside. Doesn't quite get the power down. Fast GTMS has a little bit of a half spin there. And Brucey up into first then. So Dimpy there in second. Cole in third. Big Kev there in fourth. We've got Fast GTMS in sixth now because James is there side by side with him as we go through the next corner. James on the outside there, but there's Surfer on the inside as well. It's getting a bit hectic now through these corners. Lovely stuff, keeping out of the walls. No contact, no collisions. As we head through the next couple of goes, too wide. Fast GTMS trying to battle James as well still. So now head through these couple of corners, through the S's. You can see the top guys are still very, very close together. Oh, a little bit of a nervous time there through those corners. Lovely stuff as the guys now come through the last of these S corners. Now we go up the hill onto the exit ramp there. Through a double left-hander, there is a little bit of contact on a wall somewhere, but there you can see James up into second already. Oh, Ice Chan does a little moment there. Let's have a look at Ice Chan there. See what happens here. So it's just in the corner, right behind Fast GTMS. A little bit of contact between Fast GTMS and Dimpy, and he's just going to light up the tyres. And unfortunate for him, he's in the wall. Unfortunate bit of contact there for Raj there. Had a great race one. Let's see if we can get back into race two. So first Brucey, followed by James and Cole in second and third. They're going too wide down the straight. Now does James have the straight line speed to keep up with these boys at the front? He's going to tuck in behind Cole there as we head through the tunnel. You can see the guys behind. Big Kev trying to make a move on Dimpy as we now head to the hairpin. We're going to go 3 wide as we head down to the hairpin then. Cole there with his brake, a little bit of contact there, just outbrakes himself. Dimpy, James through into first now. Gets a massive overtake there. Obviously contact between Cole and Brucey. The door is left open for James, and it allows Dimpy and Kev as well through as well. So now into the air spins we go then. Through the right, now the left. James now leads the way from Big Kev. Dimpy's there as well in third. They're going to go side by side. Brucey right behind him. Heading through these couple of corners. Got to be careful. Don't take too much speed. Do believe it has stopped raining. So these the track will start drying now. It's mania through these next couple of corners. Through the chicane. See, 2, nearly 3 wide as we head for this couple of corners. James is now down to third. Dimpy's there in first. Gets through. Kept there second, looking very smart indeed. Brucey on the inside. A little bit of a wall touch there. He's on the inside of James. A little bit of a touch there. James in the wall. But managed to get the exit down. I'm going to head 2, maybe 3 wide possibly. Down the straight. Not 3 wide yet, but Sharksky's there, 6. Evil Knievel's there. No, sorry, Sharksky's in 5th. Evil Knievel's there in 6th, as we're going to go 3 wide here. Lovely stuff from these guys. Look at them all under a blanket. Yep, 3 wide confirmed here. Maybe 4 wide. No, still 3 wide. Almost 4 wide. We got a 4 wide as we head into the hairpin. 3, 4 don't go into 1 turn, guys. But they managed to get through very cleanly. It's still raining a little bit there. But it shouldn't be too much to make the track even wetter than it already is. So we head now down up the hill to the next corner. Start the S-bends once again for lap 3. Evil Knievel now down to 8th after that little argy-bargy. You can see there's Surfer and Craig in 10th. There's Ice in 11th, Mr. Raj. So back at the front end, Dimpy Limpy still in the way from Big Kevin 2nd. 3rd is James. Sharksky there in 4th. Cole in 5th. There's Brucey in 6th. Followed by Fast JMS Duncan in 7th. Evil Knievel, Mr. John Timney, he's in 8th. Followed by Surfer Evan. Craig there in 10th, followed by Reg in 11th. So that's your grid so far. On lap 3. This race isn't a very long race, 40 minutes. So it's going to be double of the sprint race. Should be about 19 laps. Probably about 18, yeah, probably about 19 actually. With the rain, how it is, slowing the lap times a little bit than the sprint race. So Big Kev now leading. That's the 3rd leader this race. So 3 lead changes so far as we now head through the tunnel. Start lap 4. You've got Big Kev leading the way, followed by James tucked in right behind him. There's Brucey in 3rd, followed by a whole gaggle of cars. We're going to go 3 wide again. You see Fast JMS, Dimpy, Shortsky, Cole is there. So we're going to do this once again into the hairpin. A little bit of side contact there as Cole gets it a bit squirrely. And Brucey outbrakes himself, but it takes just a wider line, drifts it round the hairpin. Lovely stuff from Brucey there. Gets the back end kicked out. And look at them all. From 2nd to 9th. All together. Brucey now down to 6th. That's the furthest he's been down in this race so far. Absolute madness. This is what you call racing, guys. If you ever wondered what racing looks like, this is it. Forget about all those other groups who pretend to do racing. MRC is the best, only place to find this kind of racing. Full stop. End of story. week in, week out, we have the best racing. So come and sit at my table, because there's always a chair free. You're never going to be without. End of story. So we'll continue with the racing then. Big Kev leading the way in first, coming through the last two left-handers of the circuit. Big Kev, the Irishman, leading the way. S14 there in second. Mr. Cole celebrated his birthday yesterday, so I hope you guys did wish him a very, very happy birthday. There's Dimpy in third in that lovely purple monster livery. James there in fourth, rocking the Bounty still. Fast JMS in the Corvette in fifth. Sixth, Brucey, starting to come back now. Starting to close that gap again. Let's see if he can stay in the slipstream. As the rain now subsides even more, the track is starting to dry. We now head to the hairpin for the fifth time of asking. Shortsky goes really wide there. Nice little drift there as he goes round the hairpin. Lovely stuff. So look further down the field then. Shortsky there in seventh. Surfer there in eighth. Aishchan now up into ninth. Craig in 10th, followed by Evil Knievel in 11th. Evil Knievel must have had a little moment. Yep, he's got damage. So I'm looking for him. Cole looks like he's in the wall there. Look very close. Mr. S14 in the lovely Japanese-inspired livery there. Oh, a little bit of touch of the wolf one on the cars there. I think it might have been Brucey. Yep, Brucey's now down to 8th. So, even more positions lost by Brucey there. But we've got Cole leading the way, but Kev's coming back at him. Just over 10 minutes now. So Kev now coming through the last two corners. Cole there in second, followed by James in third. James leading the way, leading the championship at this point. Before we entered this round, shall I say. After the sprint race, I think he's lost the lead of the championship to Dimpy. With him, Dimpy taking the win, and I think James finished 6th, I believe, something like that. So yeah, we'll see how the points do pan out after this race. I will run you through the final standings as we go 2 by 2 down to the hairpin. Very close between these guys now. Goes down to the hairpin. You've got Dimpy on the inside. Cole there in the middle. A little bit of contact between Cole and Kev. That's going to help Dimpy and James as they sail on the inside. Lovely stuff from these two. And that, cheers for that, guys. And on the inside, they tiptoe through the corner. And you see it's starting to get dry now. A dry line is forming, so who's going to be the first to go in the pits? There is a rain forecast at the end of the race, but whether it materializes or stays away from the track is meant to be seen, but we'll have to see what happens there. But the track is now getting dry. You don't leave it too long, then the intermediate tyres will burn out. But you don't want to pit too early, because you will spin, and the hairpin is still going to be really, really wet if you get offline. So it's one to keep an eye on. But Dimpy's leading the way then. James there in second, Kev in third, rounding out the podium spots. S14 Cole in fourth. Bruce is now back up to fifth after getting through the pack. Now, who's going to pit first? We'll see if any guys pit this lap. As Dimpy's set a purple sector time there. Cole has the fastest lap so far, so 2:13. So down to the main straight then. Who's going to opt for the pits this time? Doesn't look like nobody's going in. Not this time. One more lap for these guys. Fast MS Shortsky, Ice Chan goes through. Evil Knievel, he goes through in 10th. And Craig there in 11th. Is he going to pit? Oh, I think he thought about it then. He was like, oh, should I? But no, not this time. So back up to the hairpin then. Kev now into first after getting an overtake done in the hairpin. So these guys still battling. James there in third. There's Cole in fourth. Being hunted down by Brucey in fifth now. Same with Fast JMS. He's on the prowl now in the Corvette in sixth. Scherfer's there in seventh. Having a great race so far. Shortsky there in eighth. Ice Chan clawing his way back through the field after the early incident. He's in ninth. Evil Knievel there. Just coming back after his little bump as well. He's in 10th, followed by Craig in 11th. So back up to the front then as we go through the S-bends. I'll just let you watch these as I have a drink break. So Dimpy Limpy still in the way then as we come through the S-bends there. Big Kev there in second. James there in third. Let's see if these guys are going to chance to pit this lap. As we come towards the end of this lap through the double left-hander here. So the guys have spread out a little bit. Up at the front, there's Cole, there's Brucey. Fast JMS there. Shortsky. So it's all split up at the minute. Well, let's see if the guys are going to chance it. Looking there for any wet surface on the track there just to cool the tyres down. Do apologise about that. So we got Brucey, Dimpy, Kev, Infinite James, Cole's going in, Brucey's going in, Fast JMS is going to go in as well, followed by Shortsky, Surfer. Ice Chan decides not to. See what Evil Knievel's going to do. He goes straight through, and now we're going to have Craig. Is he going to pit this lap? Doesn't look like he's going to. No. So just four of them pitting at the minute then. So Cole comes out on the mediums in 6th position. Fast JMS there on the softs. Craig just passing the guys who pitted. Brucey has come out on the mediums as well. And Shortsky has gone for another set of intermediates. So Shortsky then, interesting strategy there. Hoping for more rain at the end of the race. He's gone for the intermediates. And there's Surfer on the soft tyres. So back up to the front then, the guys still on the intermediates, seeing the other guys pit. Let's see how this pans out with the two strategists. Are they going to pit at the end of this lap? Those intermediate tyres looking very, very worn and depressing at the minute. So Dimpy there going from the outside line, gets into the wall a little bit there. Gets a lovely line through that corner. Can he get the inside? Not this time. He's going to try for the inside for this corner though. Can he get the drive off to beat Big Kev down to the straight? Fast approaching the halfway mark of this race. So Dimpy there in second. Now Big Kev in second. It's neck and neck as they go down the main straight. It's looking like the guys are going to pit this time. Dimpy's all the way to the left. 1, 2, 3, all in the pits. So Raj now in fourth, going to be in first if he goes for another lap, but I think he's probably going to pit this time. He's all the way on the left hand side. Tyres are nearly gone. There he goes in the pits. Evil Knievel's going to pit as well in 5th. Now the first of the pitters who pit the first time. Esrom Cole coming down in 6th position. The guys are just coming out the pits now. So he's going to have the speed to catch up to these top 2 guys. Followed by Brucey and Fast JMS there. He's going to catch Dimpy as we head to the hairpin. James just out there in front, fair enough. Now as we go through the hairpin, a little bit of a scrape of the wall from Dimpy there, gets the line a bit wrong, gets onto the wet stuff. Manages to keep it out, spinning though, keep it straight. So, James on the soft tyres in 1st, followed by Cole in 2nd. Fast JMS there in 3rd, followed by Brucey in 4th. Dimpy there in 5th. Needs to keep it off that wet line. Kev there in 6th on the soft. Ice Chand is there on the softs. Short Ski still on the intermediates. Evil Knievel on softs there in 9th, followed by Surfer on the softs in 10th. And Craig's gone for the soft in 11th as well. So, back up to at the front. James leading the way in 1st. Doing a great job at the minute with this car so far. It's kind of calmed down now for the top few, just following each other around as we tick those laps down. Let's see if we get any more rain towards the end of the race. Double left-hander Cole gets into the wall a little bit there, costing the momentum now that he needs down the straight. There's Brucey right behind it. He's going to get the overtake done on Cole. Did Cole get a bit of damage then? No, he didn't, but he's got Dimpy all over him as well, with 2 Porsches overtaking him then down the straight. Now comes Kev. Can Cole get in the slip and get that momentum back that he needs? He's going to stick with these 2 as Dimpy's going to go for an overtake on his teammate. Had a great season so far, these 2 Porsche drivers. Multiple wins from both of them. We'll see if they can get another win for the team this time out for the final race. Bruce is definitely looking very, very good at the minute, followed with Dimpy as well. Both the guys, they both get on the wet stuff there. A little bit of contact between them. No spins this time though. Nice jam there in 7th. Shortsky just coming through on those intermediates, starting to burn them out even more. Surfer there at 9th, followed by Evil in 10th. There's Craig in 11th. Just ticking down the laps now. Let's see if he can get anything out the car in the last stages of the race. James though leading the way, followed by JMS in 2nd. Brucey there in 3rd, doing a great job. The last podium spot, but he's got Kev breathing down his neck. Both these guys have got large feet, so the battle of the large feet. Who's got the bigger feet? So we head now through the chicane, through the right-hander to take us back up the slip road. It looks like Kev's going to get an easy overtake here. He's got so much speed. Got the better tyres on as well, with the soft tyres compared to the mediums. We'll see Brucey going long to the end of the race. So see how those medium tyres do. Gets a bit on the wet stuff there, Kev. So doesn't get the move done this time. We'll have to see how this one pans out. So Kev there in 4th position. Can he get the slipstream down the straight to get the momentum he needs to get Brucey into the hairpin? As we now enter lap 11. A couple of more laps to go now. 6 minutes a lap. Just over 16 minutes in the race left. Shortsky's back in the pits, then decides the intermediates isn't working. That's going to put him on dry tyres, but 2 pit stops behind these front guys. Well, an extra pit stop, should I say. He's on 2 pit stops now. These guys are on 1 pit stop. So as we head around through the S-bends, Bruce is still holding that 3rd position towards Kev. Let's just check what the other guys are doing. There's James in 1st, IGTMS 2nd. Guys just following each other around now. Dimpy trying to hold off Cole in 5th and 6th. Then we've got Ice Chan there in 7th. Great job catching up through the pit stop phase. Caught most of that time up from the earlier mistake. Surfer there in 8th. There's Evil in 9th, followed by Craig in 10th. Now Shortsky in 11th after pitting. He's on the soft tyres now. So James leading the way then. We'll go for a little lap on board with James. There's Big Kev and Brucey are swapping positions in the background. You can see Big Kev there has got the position done on Brucey. Dimpy's catching up as well. But we'll go on board with James. We'll go in this view this time. Let's see how James tackles a lap around the Tokyo track. 2:11 on a lap 11. Now it's lap 12. So we're heading down the straight, reaching the heights of 152 and then 150 as we go up the hill, clicking to 149. As we head towards the kink before the hairpin. Now heavy braking for the hairpin. Try and get that inside line. Avoid the wet line on the outside. Lovely stuff. Gets the power down out the exit there. Now down the little straight here towards the off ramp. Up the little incline we go. Now for the right hander brake just after the 50 meter board. A little bit of braking there. Now through the left. Keeps it out of the wall. Good stuff. And now we get back onto the main highway now. Through the right hander. Now through the left flick here. Tiniest little bit of braking there. Now we head towards the chicane. Through the left, now the right. Keep it out of the wall on the exit there. That's flat out through this corner here. And then tip it into the right. Some guys maybe have a little lift there, some don't. Depends how much grip you've got there. Now we get back onto the off-ramp for a double left-hander. Not too much braking here. Double apex corner. Get the drive off the final corner. Back onto the main highway we go. Down the main straight. Setting a purple sector times. Is this going to be a new best lap? I mean, it should be. We've got the track improving every single lap here, so let's see what lap time this is going to be as he comes down the main straight. It's 2 minute 10.9. Fast JMS there in second. Now being caught by Big Kevin third. Brucey and Dimpy side by side down the straight then. 4th and 5th. Cole there on his own in 6th. Followed by Ice Chan there, starting to catch up now to Cole in 7th. Surfers there in 8th. Followed by Evil Knievel there in 9th. Craig on his own in the Mercedes there in 10th. Followed by Shortsky in 11th. Just catching up that gap towards him now after pitting. And now we're fast approaching the last 10 minutes to go in this race. Remember, there is more rain forecast. So depending on when the rain does appear, do these guys gamble for wet tyres is the question. Is the rain going to be able to make it wet? The thing with the radar is sometimes you've got to gamble, you know. You look at the radar. If it looks like it's about to rain, do you gamble and pit, or do you actually wait till it rains and risk spinning as James gets it a little bit into the wall there? But yeah, as a driver, these things you've got a little bit of damage there as well for James. But yeah, as a driver, you've got to make these decisions on the fly. Sometimes they pay off, sometimes they don't. So you know, the mid-race or end towards the end of the race weather forecast is a tricky one sometimes. Sometimes you make the right call and it's perfect. Sometimes you make the wrong call and you think about what could have been. But as we head down the main straight then to end lap 13, no sign of rain at the minute for James. James has had a great season with his teammate Mutt, who's had a couple of good results as well. Obviously Mutt missing the last couple of rounds, unfortunately, due to other commitments, but James has done a solid job in the last couple of rounds. The sole VW. Fast JMS is in the pits then. So, the first person to go in the pits. Oh, he's out of fuel. So, does he change tyres here? He does change tyres. Let's see what tyres he's going on to. Gets that fuel done. So, he had enough tyres left for the dry tyres. Has he gone on to wets? No, he stays on the soft tyres then. So it just stops for another set. I mean, he could have probably gone to the end of the race, won the same set, but he felt that he needed to change, so he's changed the soft tyres and took some fuel on board. So keep an eye on that. And there's James still in first on those soft tyres. The soft tyres now nearly halfway worn. Let's come through the next couple of corners. Still leading the way. Dimpy there in second now after getting past Big Kev. He's going to be wanting to hunt down James for that top spot. So Big Kev now on the podium. Brucey there in fourth. It looks like he's going to have to settle for a fourth position. So the top three have got soft tyres. So let's see how this one pans out for him. There's Cole in fifth. It could be, unless Brucey makes a mistake or something happens, looks like it's going to be a fifth position for Cole. Ashchan there now in sixth position after Fast JMS pitting. Breeze low on fuel as well, so this is going to be getting tricky now. Surfer there, front end damage, but he's in seventh. Looks like he's got enough fuel to last to the end of the race. There's Evil Knievel in eighth. Fast JMS there in ninth now after pitting. Craig there in 10th, followed by Shortsky in 11th. So back up to the top then. The guys just come through the start-finish straight, start lap 15. As we're now in the final 8 minutes of the race. It's been a great season, 14. Oh, Ice Chand is in the pits now. Oh, he's pitting because of the fuel, so that's going to be fuel and a new set of tyres for him. But yeah, it's been a great season, 14. Another awesome season set up by James. We've had ups and downs. Oh, Ice Chand has gone for the intermediate. So Ice Chand, the first one to gamble then. Is that going to pay off? Let's hope it does. He must have seen some on the radar that the other guys haven't seen yet. So, as I said, like I was just saying earlier, sometimes you've got to gamble. Let's hope that gamble pays off for Ice Chan then. But yeah, it's been a great season set up by James. We do appreciate all the hard work that goes into setting up a league. And sometimes, you have lots of issues to deal with, but this season's been relatively issue-free, I would say, as he gets a bit more damage for James. But yeah, we look forward to next season being set up by James. And do really like the random wheel that we had for the cars instead of people picking their own manufacturers. I think it creates, you know, a bit more fun for the guys who probably would get like a lower manufacturer just because, you know, there was last to pick or whatever. So yeah, it also creates a challenge for the faster guys who probably wouldn't have picked the cars that they got. So yeah, great addition to the Infinity series. But we're heading down the start finish rate. So with Raj pitting for Inters, do these guys pit as well? That's the question. It looks like, yep, James and Dimpy is going in. Kev's going to go past. Brucey, what's he going to do? He's going to go past too. Cole's going in as well. So a few guys pitting. Are they taking wet tyres? Or, yep, they're taking wet tyres. James gone for intermediates. Dimpy's gone for intermediates as well. 3-second penalty for him, unfortunately. Cole, what's he going to do? He's gone for the intermediates as well and some extra fuel. So these guys pitting for wet tyres. There's the Evil Knievel. He's going to come just sailing through the straight. No pit stops for him. Fast MS there. Surfer in 8th. Ice Chan now down in 9th. Short ski in 10th. Is he going to pit? Nope, he's going to stay out on the slick tyres. Craig is going to stay out as well in 11th. So, oh, it's starting to rain. Is this going to be a big play by the guys on the wet tyres? Big Kev there, just into the wall. Brucey stays out on the slick tyres. I mean, it is a little bit of rain, but is it enough for wet tyres? That's the call here. Final 5 minutes is going to be an interesting one. Do we witness the greatest decision in the race? Or is it just going to fizzle out? I'm guessing, yeah, this minute James, Dimpy and Cole's team in the pits will be doing the rain dance. You can see the difference between fuel between these two guys. Has Big Kev got enough fuel to the end of the race? Same with Brucey. I mean, he did run out of fuel at Monza. So, has he got enough fuel now to get to the end of the race? That's his main issue. So you are using a lot of fuel with this long straight, so it's going to be a tight situation for these guys with only a couple of laps left. Whereas Big Kev starting lap 17, Brucey there in second, then third is James. Now after pitting, there's a sizable gap between these two. Obviously Dimpy had that penalty, he's in fourth. Cole there in fifth on the intermediates as well, so you can see the gap between these three guys. There's Fast JMS on the slicks. Ice Chan and Surfer together. Obviously Ice Chan will be glad of the rain as well, being on the intermediates, but he's burnt them out a little bit. So I'll have to see how that plays out, but he's right behind his teammate getting that slipstream. Ice Chan there, yeah, we've got them. Evil Knievel there on the soft tyres, so he's going to start catching up a little bit towards the BMWs. Shortsky there in 10th, and then we have Craig in 11th. So the red fuel is flashing now for Big Kev. Has he got enough to the final couple of laps here? Brucey there in second, more than enough I think. It's still white for him, so he should have enough. He's on full check. Looks like Big Kev is starting to fuel save towards Bruce's flat out. Let's see where he shifts up here into 6th. Yep, the red line in the revs probably not going to help with the fuel saving, but he's trying to keep in front of Brucey here. So let's see how he takes these last couple of corners. Worn soft tyres as well is going to hamper him as well. So he's risking it all. He's probably got his fuel map turned down as well. It's probably, we're going to be on the final lap as we head towards the start finish straight here. So one last lap for Kevin and Brucey. James there just coming off the final turn now in third, followed by Dimpy there in fourth. Cole there just coming through the last corner now in fifth. There's Fast JMS. Is Fast JMS going to catch Cole here? He might do if it doesn't rain. If it rains, then the wet tire guys are just going to be laughing all the way to the finish. But yeah, this last lap is going to be tricky. So you can see the gap between Brucey and Kev now. Kev coming under dangerous territory to be overtaken by Brucey for the win. So it being the last lap, we will keep on board with this this little battle as we head now through the last couple of corners. I think mostly everyone is going to get a final lap. Just keep an eye on the track map. So we'll go to the last couple of guys as they finish. If they do, I think everyone should be on the last lap. 20 seconds to go. Yep. So Kev then still leading the way, but he's coming under increasing pressure from Brucey. As the fuel, you can see he's barely got any left. He's running on fumes at this point. Now coasting through these corners, lifting off. All Brucey has to do is wait until they get on the main straight. But will he go for the overtake before we get there? So there's literally no fuel left in the tank now for Big Kev. Is he going to run out of fuel in these last couple of corners? You can see Brucey just gone past for the victory, first position. Big Kev trying to manage the fuel to the end. Where does he run out? But there's Brucey in first. Big Kev there. The fuel's gone. He's gone. So it's a game of coasting. See where he can get. He's got a sizable gap to third place. But there's Brucey. Looked like he would get fourth position. A couple of guys pitted for the wet tyres. Didn't pan out. And Brucey is going to take the victory then for the final race. Well done to him. Kev is just ever creeping towards that line, willing the car to just go a little bit faster. But you can see we've got James barreling down on him. This is going to be a close one as they get towards that line. There's James now. Kev. James gets second, followed by third. Kev. Fourth is going to be Dimpy. That was so close. Just an extra second all he needed. But Cole is going to finish with a nice spin across the line in fifth position. Serpa's going to come on to finish in sixth. Great result for him. Ice Chan there in seventh. Didn't pan out with the intermediate tyres, but he finished the race in seventh position. Evil Knievel is going to come on for a lovely result for Evil Knievel there in eighth position. Shortsky didn't pan out with the earlier strategy. Had to pit an extra time, so that cost him, but he finishes in ninth. Fast JMS has got rear damage and is out of fuel as well. And Craig, he's just waiting up for Fast JMS there. Lovely sportsmanship there from Craig and the Fast JMS, but Craig's going to finish, come along the straight finish to finish the race in 10th. Top 10 finish for Craig there. Finishes slowly for his compatriot, but Fast JMS run out of fuel as well at the end there. Unfortunate for him. That's going to be 11th place for him there. So great racing from these guys. It's been a great season and a pleasure to do the split commentary with Craig as well. So until the next championship, guys, I've been the Crazy Brit. Oh no, I haven't been the Crazy Brit. We need to do the points. I do apologise about that. So let me just get the points here. For those who are not in the chat or the championship, you won't be aware. So in first then, after the season, Ben finishes on 204, that's Dimpy. James finishes in second on 199, so close at the end there. Then we have Brucey on 195 in third. Kevin, Big Kev, 172 in fourth. Then we have Raj on 118 in fifth. Sean Shortsky is sixth with 95 points. Then we have Duncan Fast JMS, he finishes in 7th on 85. Then we have Cole in 8th, 77 points for him. Evan in 9th on 75. Then we have Mutt on 74, 1 point behind. He finishes in the 10th. Then on equal points, Ben, he finishes on 74 as well. Obviously, them two couldn't make the last 2 rounds, unfortunately. Craig finishes in 12th on 39, just ahead of John Timoney, Evil Knievel. He finishes on 33. Then we have Evan on 26. He's missed a couple of rounds this season, unfortunately. He finished in the 14th. Then we have Seamus, missed the last couple of rounds. He's going to finish on 16 points in 15th. And then we've got Alfie in 16th on 10 points. So, until next time, I've been a Crazy Brit. See you there.